crank. So what it basically does is it will rotate, it will convert the rotating kind of motion into reciprocating kind of motion. Okay, so this is where you can see this is a slider crank mechanism, and these are all the inversions of it. So let me open this 3D file and show you kinematics. Slider crank. Okay, so the first inversion is very simple inversion. You can see the red link here will continue to rotate. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have played it. Can you see the animation? So what's happening here is the yellow link is fixed. The red one is rotating complete 360 degrees, and the pink link is acting more like a connecting rod. Okay.
So can you record the session?
Yeah. Let me start the recording. Recording is already started. Someone, right?
Yes,
Good.
sir. I started recording, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Fine. So, yeah. So this is the slider crank mechanism. So the green link that you see here is a slider. The red one is a crank. The pink one is called a connecting rod or a coupler. Okay, coupler or connecting rod. And this is how the rotating motion of the red link, it will be converted into reciprocating motion of the green link. Okay, so this is a very simple slider crank mechanism. Once again, this is a mechanism because one of the links is fixed. So we are fixing the yellow link in this case, and you can see it here. And that's that's the reason we are calling it as a mechanism. Now, if we unfix this, again, the whole chain will start moving. So when nothing is fixed, this is called as a kinematic chain. This is called as a kinematic chain. But when we fix one of the links, that's when it becomes a mechanism, and we can transmit one kind of motion to another kind. Okay. So this is the first inversion, a very simple one, rotating motion converted to reciprocating. Let us see the next one. It's slightly more complicated. Actually, I didn't end up finishing it, I think. So let me hide all this. Okay. So this as well. Let me hide it. Let me hide this one too. Okay. So this, what you see here, is it's called a Whitworth mechanism. So what's happening here is we are taking the same mechanism, the same chain actually. The same chain is taken, and instead of fixing the yellow link, we have fixed the red link. We have fixed the red link. Fine. So this is how the motion takes place when we are fixing it that way. Okay, is this clear? Now, which one will be the input and which one is output? Can anyone tell me which one is input, which one is output?
So can you play it again, sir?
Okay, you want me to play this? Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Where did this Revolut? Okay, let me animate this loop. Wow, it's not playing. Some problem with this. I was in the middle of actually doing something with this. Didn't get it properly, I guess. Okay, so it's the same link again. And mate features, this is where it is. Okay, so this link will be the input. Yeah, so this is how the motion takes place. Okay, so which link is the input? Hello, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the pink link here will act as input, and the pink link will rotate at constant speed. The pink link will rotate at constant speed. So when the pink one rotates at constant speed, what about the speed of yellow link? Will it be constant or changing? The yellow link will rotate with constant speed or changing speed.
No, sir, it will differ in velocity.
Yeah, velocity will be different because you can see that the two center points are displaced. That is one thing. That is one hint. And second thing, uh, the time taken for it to complete one rotation, the time taken by pink link to complete one rotation, that remains with the same speed, with the same speed. Now, uh, from this point, from this position to this position, from this position to this position, right? So you can see that the path covered by the pink link, the endpoint of this endpoint of the link, the path covered is shorter compared to the upper path. The upper path is longer. Upper path is longer from that point to this point. Fine. So I'm taking two positions. When the yellow link is horizontal, that is the position I'm interested in. Fine. So okay, let me take this. Where did it go? Okay. Mm, okay. Snap of this. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm interested in two positions. What are those positions? Red one. So these two positions is what I'm interested in. Okay. So when the pink link is here and when the pink link is here. So the bottom path is shorter. Bottom path is shorter and the top path is longer. Am I correct? So path taken at the top is longer, path taken at the bottom is shorter. But this link, it is moving at constant velocity, right? It's moving at constant velocity. So because this is moving at constant velocity, what happens is to cover the lower angle, it takes shorter time. Shorter time. And for this upper one, it takes longer time. Okay. So the shorter path will be covered in shorter time. Upper path, which is longer, will take longer to cover. And hence, there will be a difference between the time taken for forward motion and backward motion. Okay. So the lower one is usually used for backward motion. Backward motion. And the upper one is used for the forward motion. Forward motion. Okay. So what happens here? The backward motion takes a shorter time and is faster. So that's why this mechanism is also called as quick return mechanism. Quick return mechanism. Are you getting it? Quick return mechanism. So the backward motion happens faster. Forward motion takes more time to cover. And this is used especially for slotting machine. You must have seen the slotting machine in our lab. Have you seen the slotting machine? There will be a big ram with a tool. Below there will be, a bench vise will be there below, and this is where the workpiece is held. Some kind of square workpiece will be held. The ram will be moving up and down. Fine. So this is what the machine shape will be, and inside this is where we will have the Whitworth mechanism. This is where we'll have the Whitworth mechanism. So the forward motion happens slowly and the return motion happens fast. Fine. And only the forward motion is used for cutting. Only the forward motion is used for cutting or the removal of metal. Fine. Whereas backward motion will not remove any metal. Okay. Because it's moving fast, the torque available or the force available will be less. And hence we cannot perform cutting action in the backward motion. Only while it is moving forward, we will be removing the metal because the torque will be more. More torque will give us more force, and that is happening because it is slow. Okay. So you must have heard of the phrase कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. In real systems, that is always the case. So here what's happening? You are gaining more torque, but by losing the speed. You are gaining more torque by losing the speed, and you are gaining more speed by losing the torque. Fine. If you want speed, the torque will go down. If you want torque, the speed will go down. That is how it functions. So this is the quick return mechanism named after a scientist called Whitworth. So Whitworth was able to find this, and hence it's named after him. And this is the second inversion. Is this clear? First inversion is this slider crank mechanism. Very simple. The same chain we are taking, and instead of fixing the yellow link, we are fixing the red link. Fine. And when we fix the red link, this is the kind of motion that's happening. Pink link will work as input, yellow link will work as output. The output motion is quick return. Quickly it will return, but slowly it will move forward. That is the thing. Now let's move to the next inversion. In the next inversion, instead of fixing the red or the yellow link, we will be fixing the pink link. Fine. So what happens if we fix the pink link? Now here you can see the chain is same. We have the same links. The yellow link is same, the red link, pink link, and the slider. All the links are the same. The connection, the way they are connected is also the same. The only difference is instead of fixing the other two links, we are fixing the pink link. Now let us see what kind of motion happens here. So, yeah. So I'll animate this, put it on loop, play. So is this visible? Are you able to see the motion? I've kept the motion very slow because you told me that it's moving very slowly. It's taking a lot of time to update. Is this clearly visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So those who are unable to see, of course, this is getting recorded, and I've also shared this playlist to you in the group yesterday, right? Yesterday I've
No,
shared
sir.
this.
Yes, sir.
Uh, please mute yourself. Okay, thank you. So this is your group only now. So in your group yesterday, if you see, I have shared a link. If you open this, it will open the complete playlist with all the mechanisms shown. Fine. On the right side here, you will get all the lists. And by clicking forward, next, and back, also by clicking here on the right side, you will be able to shift between the different videos. Okay. So please make the best use of this. These are always available to you. Anytime you can go back and check them out. So coming back to our class, yeah. right? So what is happening here? In this case, the pink link is fixed. The red link is working as a crank. The red link is working as a crank. The yellow link is sliding inside the green one. So the green one can be called as a cylinder. The green one can be called as a cylinder. The yellow link will carry a piston, and that piston will move inside the cylinder. Piston will move inside the cylinder. Fine. So you may say that, sir, this yellow link is coming out of the cylinder. Well, we may have to modify this design slightly. Okay, we may have to make some slight modifications to this design to make it suitable for that kind of motion. Okay, so this cylinder will keep oscillating. The cylinder keeps oscillating, and that's why you can see here the name of the mechanism is oscillating cylinder. The name of the mechanism, you can see here, it is oscillating cylinder. Okay, oscillating cylinder, that's what it is called. Is it clear? Any doubt here? Okay, so the next inversion, we can see I'm calling this as inversion number 3, and this one as well I'm calling it as inversion number 3. Why am I calling both as inversion 3? Why am I calling both as inversion 3? Anyone?
Both use the same mechanism.
So both these, their function is almost the same. Functionally they are the same. We have just made some small change in the design. We have made small change in the design. Okay, so let's see how this is moving. So this is how it is moving. So in the previous case, we had something called this cylinder. That was the slider. Okay, so that slider design, instead of just a block, we have changed its shape into a slotted lever. So this green link is the same as the green slider that we see in the previous case. Okay, so we have modified the design to make this into a slotted lever, and you can see that there is a small yellow link which is moving inside the slot. So that yellow link is same as this long link in the previous case. Fine. The other two links, red and pink, they are the same. No design modification has been done in those two. Okay, so you can see that technically it is the same inversion. It is the same inversion. So we have slightly modified the shapes of links to to use this for our own benefits. Okay, but the overall linkage is the same. And once again here also you will see that it will work as a quick return mechanism. This will also work as a quick return mechanism. Fine, let me show you here. So this is the small link. Let us say this is a small link. These are the extreme positions. These are the extreme positions. So extreme positions we get when we take them perpendicular. When we take them perpendicular, right? So now the motion of this link will be uniform. This link motion will be uniform, and this is the path. This is the path taken by this link. So once again, you can see the upper path is longer. Upper path is longer. Lower path is shorter. Fine. Hence, this motion, the lower motion will be faster. Lower motion will be fast. So backward will be fast. Forward will be slow. Hence, this mechanism is also called as a quick return mechanism. Quick return mechanism. Now, the thing to be kept in mind is that there are two quick return mechanisms. One is the Whitworth, the second is slotted lever. But these two are not the same inversions. Whitworth and slotted lever are not the same inversions. Fine. Keep that in mind. The same inversions are oscillating cylinder and slotted lever. We are just changing the shape of links of inversion number 3, that is oscillating cylinder, to get the slotted lever. Please keep that in mind. Okay. So a lot of students get confused, and many of the students answer that there are actually 5 inversions of the slider crank. That is completely wrong. Okay. So these two inversions, they are the same. We have just changed the design of some of the links slightly. Okay. So these are the two same links. Okay. So now you may get problems for this particular linkage. So what kind of problems you will get? He will ask you to find something called as QRR. What is QRR? Anyone? Q is of course for quick. Quick return.
Rates, sir.
Actually, it's a ratio, not a rate. Okay, very close, but we are talking about the ratio. So quick return ratio. How to find this quick return ratio? We have to take these two angles. Okay, we have to take the two angles. Let me take a slightly different color. So lower angle, let us say alpha, and upper angle, let us say beta. Okay, so what is the quick return ratio? Quick return ratio, QRR, equals the longer angle, the larger angle by the smaller angle. Larger angle by the smaller angle. Now alpha and beta, are they related? Alpha and beta, are they related? How much is alpha plus beta?
360.
360 degrees, complete rotation. Alpha plus beta is 360 degrees. So we can write beta as 360. Alpha beta, we can write it as 360 minus alpha. And if I substitute this here, what do we get? I get quick return ratio equals 360 degrees minus alpha divided by alpha. Isn't it? Is this correct? Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So this is the formula for quick return ratio. And the problem will not be as simple as this. You may think that, oh, it is so simple a problem and we will not face any problems. Fine. We will actually be facing a lot of problems. You will not be given the angles directly. You will not be given the angles directly. You will be given the geometry. You will know about the geometry, but you will not know directly about the angle. Fine. So where is the zoom button? I'm still getting to know this. Anyway, okay. So what you have to do is you have to take this right angled triangle. You have to take this right angled triangle. Fine. And you will be given this length. Fine. This length is the length of fixed link. The length of fixed link will be given to us. Let us say this is A, and this length will also be given to us. What is this length? This is the crank. You know? This is the crank, right? So crank length will be given. So knowing these two angles, can you find this angle? How much is this angle?
Yes, sir.
How much is this angle? Is it alpha?
Alpha by 2.
Is this alpha or beta?
Alpha by 2, sir.
Alpha by 2. Very good. This is alpha by 2. Alpha by 2. That is the angle. Fine. So how to find the angle alpha by 2 when the length A and when the length C, let us say, is given? Let us call this as C.
Cos inverse
Cos?
of
Yeah. Very
cos
good.
inverse of adjacent by hypotenuse.
Very good, very good. So this length crank C is adjacent, and we know cos of the angle is adjacent by hypotenuse. So adjacent length is C and hypotenuse is A. Okay. So cos of alpha by 2 equals C by A, and alpha, we will get it as cos inverse of C by A, and alpha will be equal to 2 times cos inverse of C by A. So those who are bad at trigonometry, they can by heart this. They have to by heart this. They have to by heart this formula. And those who are good with trigonometry, they don't have to by heart. They will directly get it by applying the trigonometry here, simple way. and we will get the value of alpha. So once we know the value of alpha, we can directly substitute it over here, and we will get the value of quick return ratio. Correct? Quick return ratio. Is this clear? Any doubts? Same way here also you will have to find this length is alpha, this length this angle is beta. Fine. So once again alpha plus beta is the same. So quick return ratio, what will be the quick return ratio? This will be the larger angle beta by smaller angle, or 360 degrees minus alpha by alpha. So this is the formula for the quick return ratio. And how to find the alpha length? We'll have to use this triangle. So the triangle will be somewhat like this. Okay, this is 90 degrees. So this length is the fixed link length. Let us call it as A. And this link here becomes the crank. So let us call it as C. And this is the angle we need to find. The angle is alpha by 2. Once again, the same formula can be used here also. So is the formula same? So alpha equals 2 times cos inverse adjacent A by C. So this is the formula for alpha. Once you find alpha, substitute here, you will get the quick return ratio. Is this clear, ma'am? Is this clear? Any doubts here?
Yes.
Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is what is about the quick return ratio. Actually, if you see this motion carefully, you will find that the forward motion, sorry, the backward motion is taking place very slowly. The backward motion is taking place very slowly, and the forward motion is left side in this case. Okay, actually we discussed it slightly differently. What we discussed here, we discussed it in the negative direction. Okay, so this is how we discussed it. So forward motion is taking slowly, backward motion will happen faster. Backward motion will happen faster. Okay, so this is the slotted lever mechanism. Slotted lever mechanism, or also called as quick return mechanism. Finally, coming to this last of the inversion. So which link is fixed here? Anyone can tell me? Anyone? Which link is fixed here?
Yellow one, sir.
Red.
Both wrong
Red,
answers.
sir.
Ama?
Red.
Red
Red.
link was fixed. Red link was fixed in Whitworth, right? Red link fixed is over. Yellow link was fixed in the first case. Red link was fixed in the second case. And in the third case, which link is fixed? Pink link. So in both these cases, pink link is fixed. So which link is left now?
Green.
Green is the only one left. Okay? So green link here is fixed. You can see green link is fixed. And now let us see what kind of motion it will follow. Shall we? Ready?
Yes, sir.
Loop. And here it goes. How is it moving?
Sir, decrease the speed.
Still want slower. Okay. Half the speed. Is it okay now? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what can we use this for? What can we use this for? The hint is right in front of your on your screen.
Hand pump.
Hand pump. Fine. You just had to read this, right? So this is the motion of a hand pump. This will keep moving up and down. Fine. So this please mute yourself. So the yellow link will carry a piston at the end, the green link will be slightly modified into a cylinder, and inside that cylinder, the piston will be sucking water from underground, and that sucked water will come out of another pipe. Fine. So the hand pump will use this particular inversion of the slider crank mechanism. Of course, the motion of the red link is limited. The red link cannot move out of this one-sided angle. Fine. Whereas when I animate this, you can see that the red link can move full 360 degrees. It has the ability to move full 360 degrees. But actually, we will not be using full 360 degrees rotation. We'll just be limiting it, constraining it to a very small angle on one of the sides. Okay. So this is what we are calling it as the hand pump. Hand pump. Okay. So how many inversions are there here? How many inversions are there here once again?
4.
Yes, ma'am. 4 inversions. 4 inversions. So one of the inversions, we are watching it 2 times. Which inversion we are watching 2 times?
Quick
The third. Not quick return. Quick return are different inversions. Whitworth and slotted lever, they are both quick return mechanisms, but they are not the same inversion. I've told you again and again. Don't confuse with quick return between quick return mechanism and inversion. Inversion is a different thing. Quick return mechanism is slightly different. So even though Whitworth and slotted lever both are quick return, but they are different inversions of the slider crank chain. They are different inversions of the slider crank chain. The same inversions are oscillating cylinder and slotted lever. Fine. So how we made them different? How did we make them different? Just by modifying shape of some of the links. Just by modifying shapes of some of the links, we were able to change an oscillating cylinder mechanism into slotted lever. But technically, they are the same inversions. They are the same inversions. So keep that in mind, please. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
if slotted lever is quick return mechanism, then oscillating cylinder will also be quick return, sir. Both use the same principle.
Yeah, it is the same, but here the utility is different. Fine. Here the utility is different. Fine. So what will happen? We will make this into a cylinder. There, my kid. Okay. So we'll make this into a cylinder. The yellow link will carry a piston, and it will be like an engine. There is an oscillating engine available. Most of the engines, the cylinder will be fixed, right? But in this type of engine, the cylinder will be oscillating, and we will get the power in the crank. Now this kind of engine, it will be it will be having a lot of vibrations. So unless we are able to balance the vibrations properly, we will not go for this, right? We will not go for this. So practically it's very difficult to use, but again this is one of the possibilities, and hence we are studying it here. Okay. But we cannot use it for quick return mechanism. When we say quick return mechanism, we will use this mechanism to actually control a RAM. So that's what I was actually trying to do with all these hidden linkages. Okay, so I wasn't able to complete it. So soon I will just try to complete it. Fine. So what will actually happen is this backside, the yellow link, the backside of yellow link will be extended, and that extension will be attached with a RAM. That extension will be attached with a RAM, and that RAM will keep moving forward and backward. There are no. So that diagram, I don't have it. I'll scan it from the textbook and share it to you later. Okay. So we will discuss this at the beginning of tomorrow's class, and then we will go on to the next chapter, next part, whatever it is. Okay. Any doubts here? So whatever we discussed till now, any doubts about them? Previous classes also you can ask any doubts. For today's class also you can ask the doubts. Okay, only 31 responses I've received, and 23 students have answered 4. 7 students have answered 3. Why 3? I don't understand. Would anyone like to explain? Those who answered 3. 7 students have answered 3. Why do they think there are 3 inversions of the quadratic chain? Anyone? No. Actually, you're wrong. There are 4 links, right? There are 4 links, and by fixing each of the links, we will get a different inversion. So because there are 4 links, we get 4 inversions. We get 4 inversions. One student has answered 5. Wow. How did he get this extra? So maybe he's counting those special cases. Special cases are different. Each special case will have 4 inversions of its own. Each special case will have 4 inversions of its own. Now the inversions may be similar. Some of the inversions may be similar. Like in parallel crank, all the inversions will be a parallel crank. That means double crank mechanisms. Whereas in deltoid, two pairs will be having same function. 2 pairs will be having same function. sorry. So 2 pairs will be having same function in the deltoid linkage. So some of the students are answering now. So they just wanted to be sure about the answers or what? That's not the right way to do it. Fine. We are doing just classes and you're not getting any marks for this, right? You're not getting any marks for this. If you are having any doubt, just think from your side and answer these questions. Fine. At the end of discussion, I will explain which answer is wrong, which answer is right, why the answers are wrong, and other stuff. Fine. So this is just one way to clear your doubts. Fine. You're not getting any marks for this. So don't wait till I start answering. As soon as I give this form, make sure you answer it. Okay. Make sure you answer it. Any other doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So I will need 1 or 2 volunteers for managing the notes. I've collected a lot of notes and already it's almost ready. So some micro arrangement may need to be done. Like for example, for the slider crank, it doesn't have all the images. Fine. So you may have to copy paste the images from different places. And of course, these mechanisms also link, I will paste it in there. So I need some help from some of you. So those who want to take part in this notes preparation, please raise your hand. Or if you are shy, just send me a direct message, and without anyone coming to know that you are actually doing this, I will give you access to the notes and you can start doing this. So hey Ahmed, it's really good to see you. So just send me a direct message on WhatsApp. Send me your mail ID and I will
Okay.
share the okay. So I will share the notes file with you, and
Okay.
you can start pointing out if some topics are left out or if some topics are not clear enough, and that way we will try to build a better set of notes. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, ma. Anything else? Yes, Vamshi, you two are interested? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Vamshi, because you're good with CAD, I'd like to use your help with the CAD models. Okay. So I hope you have
Yes.
already made an account with OnShip.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will
Already.
share you. I will share you this file. Just send me your email ID for this OnShip. I will share these models with you. So what I want you to do is, I know I have tried to use the same links to show how they're becoming the different inversions. So now the next stage is to find out where they are actually used. Fine. So in this case, we may have to make an engine. So you may have to make a cylinder with all these fins will be there now. For cooling purpose, we'll have fins and all. So you'll have to make the outer cylinder a good enough piston with a connecting rod and a crank. Fine. So this complete mechanism I will need here. Okay. Will you be able to do it?
Yes.
I'll be there anyway to help you out. We can take a reference of all the lot of solid models are already available on the internet. We can use those, and we can build one engine, right? One engine, important from the the shape of the different links. The shape of the different links we should be able to build correctly, so that your friends will get an idea about how how this inversion is actually becoming the engine. Okay, how this inversion is actually becoming an engine. Same way, we may have to build the milling machine, complete milling machine here, and we have to show how this mechanism is getting involved with the milling machine. So sorry, slotting machine. Then this one is a slotted lever. We can use the same. We can use the same links for the slider crank here. No problem with that. Slotted lever is almost ready. Hand pump also you can make. Fine. So one simple design of the hand pump you can make with the outer body and all, and we can show that this hand pump is actually an inversion of the same. Okay. So many more will be coming up in the future. And if you are getting any ideas about any other things, you can continue building them. And once they are ready, we will just give a small demo to your friends. You can share the screen from your side and show your friends how these mechanisms are working. Okay. So anyone who is interested in contributing in any way, either to the notes or with the CAD models, they can just send me a direct message, and I will involve you in the team. And if possible, I will start some extra classes in the evenings. And these extra classes will not directly uh, directly be about the classes. The syllabus will be, of course, covered in the regular class set in the timetable on the official level. In the evening classes, we will be talking about the different skills required for doing the notes, connecting the notes, or doing the CAD models and all other these things. Fine. So if you are interested in that activity, you can just send me a direct message, and in the evenings you can start getting online and doing all this stuff. Okay. Any other